state your name for us, please?
Tracey Harris.
Tracey Harris. Well, it's good to be here in your house.
Thank you for being
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. How long have you been housed now?
In here, maybe a month.
A month.
Next week. Yeah, next week.
Yeah, that's right. It's about a month now.
Yes.
How long were you homeless on the streets of La Crosse?
La Crosse. For a few years.
A few years?
Yeah.
Okay. So what initially led you to being homeless the first time you were homeless like that?
In Illinois, I don't remember. Up here, it was the ex-boyfriend on and off again of my ex-best friend on the French Island wanted me to help him get sober because I used to help people with that when I was in the women's house in Chicago. And he had me move in because I was leaving my apartment. And I asked him, "Did your mom know?" And he told me yes. And she knew when I walked in the door. She wasn't happy, but we ended up getting along very well. He ended up getting arrested again, always, by the neighbor for disorderly what have you, because he was screaming at me, threatening to punch me, the neighbor called. So he was unable to come back to his mom's. I stayed. He absconded to Massachusetts. And then his mother, Lisa, sent me out for cigarettes and alcohol one night, locked me out. And that was it. Homeless in La Crosse.
Okay, and so you were in a tough situation where your partner had been arrested, and you're living with his mother, and she no longer wanted you there.
No.
So she just kicked you out. She locked you out.
She locked me out, and it was freezing cold. It was April. Freezing.
In the middle of April?
Not in the middle, like end of March, early April. It was so cold up.
Okay, yeah,
winter.
It's still pretty cold in La Crosse in end of March for sure.
Yes.
I couldn't get on the road traveling, camping and stuff until April 1st, and then it was still in the 20s at night, so it's still pretty cold.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Where did you go those first few days?
I didn't know where to go.
Right.
Ended up.
You wandered around?
I was aimlessly just crying, angry, calling my mom back, asking, "Can I please come home?" Just to get told no, right up, hung up on me.
You made your bed, so now you got a line.
It's always the case with my mother.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. So you were wandering about aimlessly, La Crosse. You didn't know where to go or what to do. Did you try to find any resources to help you? Did you have a phone at that time?
No.
You didn't even have a phone?
No, I did not. And I
Wow.
had no idea what the resources could have been. So my depression significantly deepened. Did you know?
Okay. Wow. So, did you have anybody kind of help you and guide you, kind of teach you what to do on the streets? Did you find other homeless individuals and kind of learn from them?
I observed and learned a lot pretty much on my own. Just the other half of that is I read people because of the weather and the warming center kicks you out and don't play around. So they would go to library and I went open. And I asked where it was. I went there and I met a few of them. And they were telling me what things I could do, places I could go. And I couldn't make them understand. It meant nothing to me because I had no idea where I even was.
Right.
You
Right. So it was kind of unhelpful.
Yeah.
Did you have any outreach program come find you and kind of give you aid and help you in any way?
No, absolutely not. No.
Okay. What were your dealings with any authorities? Did they give you trouble during that time of, when you first became homeless?
Initially, I'm gonna say yes, only because I was taking my walker or my cane and beating on Lisa's door with it, trying to figure out what the hell was going on. And they didn't like that, so I
Right.
pulled the fire alarm right there at her door, not realizing they were only down the block.
Wow.
So I got pops for that.
Okay. Okay. So what is like the worst? What are some of the things you've seen while being homeless?
I have never in my life had to resuscitate so many overdose people
Really?
as I have in La Crosse. I've never had resuscitated anybody before. I remember my CPR training in the woman's house, and I applied it. This one lady, 4 times. Poof.
You had to resuscitate her 4 times.
I did 3. The first one was the person's house I was staying at. Cut his traffic down because he was being watched. But it was, she and a friend, I thought, scooter, got down on his knees and grabbed her from the knees down so she wouldn't topple. I was trying to, get her coherent in any way. And it was just, and I'm looking around the living room, everybody else is like, they're smoking the same shit she did, and it's almost dead. They're morons.
They didn't stop.
Stupidity.
Yeah. It's a sickness.
Yeah,
It's definitely a mental illness, in my opinion. Why people do that, and they still continue to do it.
Illness of the brain, the allergy of the body. Another man was strange. He got out of jail, and he went straight to where we were. And we were in the living room because I pretty much ran the front end of the house. And she got down, like in the Buddhist Muslim prayers, she got down in that position but put its head inside the TV stand where you put your console games and shit.
Okay.
He died.
Oh my God.
He died. He was dead for about 7-8 minutes. We brought him back.
Right there in front of you.
I'm like, you should understand that someone dies here. You go to prison, you dumb son of a bitch.
Wow.
This is your apartment. You're culpable for everything that goes on here. Everything.
Right. Yeah.
Clear up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can't believe. It's just, it's sad, but and then they're treated like the scourge of the earth, so then they compound it by, doing more or whatever it is they were doing.
Right.
And
yeah, because they're in that pit of depression.
yeah, absolutely. We don't see a way out. We do not.
So, and that's another thing. While you're homeless, it's hard on the body. It's hard on the mind. You get little sleep. You're always. So let me put it like this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. Did you feel safe when you were homeless?
Oh hell no! I wasn't safe.
Okay.
And looking back now, because hindsight's always 20/20, I was doing the risky shit. And my mother she said, well, you got what you deserved. What kind of stuff did you pull now? I'd be walking around downtown, 2 or 3 in the morning, by myself.
Right.
Alone. And either the hospital or the police had the knife, or that knife I would carry on me for protection. And then I would go into parking ramps, I would break from whoever we were with, go to a separate ramp without telling anybody, go to sleep by myself. What the fuck am I doing? What am I doing?
By yourself.
By myself. I can't fight like I used to. I'm disabled, but goddamn, I want to kick some ass to come after me.
Did you ever have anything stolen from you while you were homeless?
Every day. I am on my 13th phone since being in La Crosse.
Wow.
La Crosse. The most memorable one was it the Black River Beach, Upper Pavilion, sitting there talking. I just met Ryan and the man they call Uncle Matt. I just got my new phone. I was getting sleepy. Yeah, until I dozed, put my head in my arms. I put my phone in my bra. I woke up, the doors were gone. Josh, Mr. Clean is sitting there. And he's like, hey. Someone put their hand in my bra and take my phone. Who the hell does that?
Yeah.
Who does that? I have had shoes taken off my feet while I sleep. I have had clothing. I have nothing left that I brought with me. Not one thing.
Yeah, it was all taken.
Everything.
And probably by other homeless people.
Well, and Johnny from the Working Center made me throw away things I had with my kids. My daughter, my 3 boys, and the other one.
People that are supposed to be helping you.
Yeah. he, if, in my opinion, is the most discriminatory, bloviated little fool of a man that there ever was. I hope he loses the Women's Center and somebody good goes in his place.
So seeing all this bad stuff happening and having this stuff stolen from you, how is it that you get through something like that?
Initially, I drank.
You drank?
I drank
Drank
a lot.
alcohol?
Hell yeah, a lot. Then I get stopped because, well, it wasn't good for me.
Right. It wasn't.
And I'm
good
not
for
a
you.
nice person. Sometimes when I drink, I can be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Right.
You know, and
Right, and then you pass out drunk and wake up and your stuff stolen, and that's
yeah, and nothing changes. Nothing changes. You can run and hide, but there you are when you get there.
right.
You know, why the? I mean, it was always old AA bullshit things. But it's awful, terrible. It's terrible.
Okay, and so what are some of the what is some of the worst things that's happened to you on the streets?
I've been jumped, robbed, raped.
You've been raped?
Third sexual assault up here in this godforsaken cesspool of state that I used to love. And they don't do anything. You know, I was told by an officer, Officer Thomas, in fact, it's my own fault because I fucked him. What?
What's your own fault? The rape?
The man gave me HIV.
He gave you HIV when he raped you. Wow.
That's all we can precipitate. I tried contacting him because we had a good rapport prior, and then the wind must have gotten to him. So all of a sudden this threat, you know, I'm blind, it's everyday thing. I'll kill you, you little bitch. Whoa, let me shudder in fear.
Wow.
Asshole. Then she told me, you know, because I'm not a promiscuous person. Never have I. Never. There were the 2 assaults that happened in Sparta. Police, again, nothing. The DA tried to Kevin Chronic, I want to say. Told me, his name was Kevin. Complete tool. Told me he saw my record from Illinois from over 20 years ago. Over 20 years ago. I was the worst criminal. He wasn't going to do anything about it. So,
So completely gone without justice on that, huh?
yeah, and then this happens. Why would I tell these cops? They have done nothing about me being robbed. Nothing about my stuff being stolen. They've done nothing to help me.
So it gets to a point where you have these crimes happen to you and you don't even report them because you know that nothing is going to happen.
Don't report them, or in my case, I lied. I lied because I needed to say something, and I told them it was consensual. Nothing about it was consensual. It started to bother me. I said that. It
Right.
was weighing heavy on my mind. I used to lie professionally and prolifically being an addict 20 some years ago.
Right.
Like, it didn't bother me to lie. I could look you dead in the eye and tell you the biggest lie in the world. You'd buy it. Hope I can tinker.
Right.
So because it troubles me to lie, and it was really gnawing at me. So I keep lying. I told first my advocate from New Horizons.
Right. Well, that's something you shouldn't lie about.
Well, you know what?
You know, that's why.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
No, I'm just saying that's why it bothered you, because that is something that you should have been truthful about, and I'm sorry that
No.
that happened, and I'm
And
sorry that
once
you've
again,
gone
nothing is being done about
without
it.
justice.
Not one fucking thing is being done about it. Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, and so now you're on the streets and you're homeless and you've got this disease now, and so now obviously you've gotten housed, which is a miracle. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened there and how that came to be?
Well, when I woke, I had gone to the hospital sick from this person's house. And prior to that, this man and I had an argument on this guy's front porch. I don't think the man who did hurt me, I don't think he realized that directly across the street in those neighborhoods had a camera panned, put the gun where the house was, that we was at. And he put his hands on that porch. He clipped me in my bad shoulder and upside the head. My ears ringing just a little bit. So we went in, he went into tattle to the man. And I followed suit. I went to the kitchen and I was asking him, the tenant who lived there, so between us, and he's trying to smooth it over. By that time, he was completely fed up with this man. He didn't even want him there any longer. And the man did looked at me again and said, "Bitch, I'm gonna kill you." So I grabbed the big shove that and come on, let's dance. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of your shit. Sick of it.
Literally.
You're a pathetic little boy. That's all you are. A little boy.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, he went back to the living room and I was going to leave. And I looked at him and said, something's telling me I need to talk to a doctor. What do you? And then that night, I got sick, went to the hospital the next morning. When I woke up, I let the doctor know that was what I wanted. And he did, and he came back and so I had HIV. And then the next thing I knew, I had Shayna and her partner Jess, I want to say her name is, from the health department there with me. And then from there, it snowballed. There's Jen from Vivint, which was the needle exchange. Cullen is my initial case manager. I give him shit. And then there's Todd and Beth.
And so as soon as they found out that you had HIV, they gave you
my status
pretty
was
much
number 1 on the rapid rehousing list.
Wow. Okay.
It took a minute though. It might not as long as I anticipated it would.
That's sad that had to happen to you in order for that.
Yeah,
in order for you to get housed.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you are housed now. Yeah, that's a really good thing.
Because that man hadn't done what he did to me, I'd still be on the street. And I'm going to the hospital because I can't handle this weather, the humidity, the heat messes with my asthma, and having HIV, my immune system is shot shit.
Right. So was it difficult for you mentally to move into housing? Was that something that was hard for you to accept?
I was incredulous that we found one so within our time frame, because we had 60 days to find an apartment or home, or I went to the bottom of the list. And I couldn't do it. I would have done something stupid. I would have done. So I was just very happy, you know, that kind of in awe and in shock with my advocate having found it for me. And the landlord is really nice. He Resurrection Realty with Pat. And he said, it was put on him to take me. You know, I don't have really a rental history up here. And I do have one eviction, but we're gonna get that to clear off my record.
Right.
So, Pat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. That's amazing that Pat took you and put you in this place and
out
you
of
know
that town.
And God took you and put you in this place according to Him. And then so I know I spent the last night with you homeless, and you were having some pretty hard feelings about leaving your people, leaving that lifestyle. Were you having second thoughts during that moment of not being housed and just going on living the way you were?
Absolutely, because there's those out there. It almost became like an endearing little game in the bus station down there. One side is apartments, one side is bus. So I locked on their doors for the garbage was broken. And I would leave lunch with them there, because I would pop in there to get them chill off. You know, and I would go back a little bit later. Lunch up with theirs gone, their new food. And it was almost like a pay it forward type thing. And then I would do the same thing at Burns Park and Squirrel. Cameron Park. Leave food and clothing here and there.
So it's like a community.
It is a community.
Like your family.
It is. It is. You can picture, you know, I didn't pick these people, but they are more of a family to me, which is really hard for me to say. And I'm my own mom and kids.
So your mom and your kids, are they still in your life?
No word? No.
Okay, that's a hard thing. I'm sorry, Tracy. Yeah, you got a new family now, and
What I chose.
one you chose,
And you've made it smoother and easier for me. When we met at the park, I think it was something I told you was going on, and I told you God, I look at God in me, I think it was, we're in a relationship, because we broke, if I get pissed at him, I break up with him for a while. I go back episode 2.
I can relate to that.
And I wouldn't talk religion with you guys. It's when I got here, and I'd be okay, you just did me something and shit. And our late nights where we would talk about God, and I told how angry I was. And Christ, how can you do this to me? And everybody said that. Who is God doing it? Because the devil. And, but it's through you, I have to say God, that's that word, and not wince or flare out anger.
That's good.
You know, I was going to pray again.
That's good. That's good, because that's ultimately going to help you during this time. That's ultimately going to give you. It's going to help give you some power, and make you feel like there's some hope, and that's one of the biggest things. And now, so being housed for almost a month, is that difficult for you?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's mine. I don't know how to do this anymore. I don't know.
So you got to change, and it's all new, and then you're disabled. So
And that's gotten worse. You know, and that's because somebody banged my head and tree 12, 13 times, making my current condition so much more worse.
yeah, just so it's like, do you have any health care providers providing like caretakers or anything right now for you?
I spoke with one yesterday after asking a young gentleman if he wanted to do it. And he said, sure. I said, yeah. We have a great rapport. We execute better. It helps me to laugh. It so helps me to laugh.
Right.
And so he's doing a damn job already. He hasn't gotten paid. But we talked to my new person with Inclusa. So not really all that impressed with her. But she's better than what I had prior to her. At least we're gonna get the ball rolling. And then I talked to my advocate from New Horizons because I'm used. Inclusive always paid for everything, pertaining to me. But then a lady I met said she was with the outreach, said the same thing. And I saw the outreach in the whole shelter I was at for a few days. So I had said, yeah, let's get your foot in the door here, and look into this one too, just in case there's a wrinkle, you know. So.
Okay. Well, good. That is awesome.
Aside from that, Inclusive hasn't done jack shit.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard getting through these programs.
It is, and you know, the COVID money is gone. People are afraid to donate like they should. You know, if you think about it logically, take it apart bit by bit, examine it. We the homeless are smarter, we're stronger, we are more loyal. Some are more honest, some are not. Than a civilian in their own home. We take garbage, crap, things outside, make something out of it. Useful.
Right.
Useful. We have to figure out what to do here and there.
Recyclers, problem solvers.
Yes. You know, and we're the nicest people. I will stand in the intersection butt naked as long as you're wearing my last shirt.
Right.
And that's what
I agree with you on that. Like the people, the homeless individuals I've met will, in fact, give you the clothes off their back, even though it's their last hair.
I had 4 winter coats. I have none now. None.
Gave them all away.
That's it. Yes, I did.
Yeah, different kind of person. Different kind of person. And so, do you feel at all like the homeless are being punished?
Yes.
Do you feel like the United States could fix this problem?
Absolutely. They need to get the hell out of a third world country. Come hang out back home. Take care of our people first. They're vets. There are women and children in the streets. What the fuck? They're gonna worry about somebody from a country we can't even pronounce rather than their own people? Fuck them. Government is so warped. The United States is so warped. Their minds getting their heads out their asses.
Why do you think they're more concerned about fixing other countries than fixing ours?
It's the optics.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows the USA is great. They said, I don't think so.
No.
I'm going to need to move. I will stay here. It's my home.
Right.
But would I live in this country? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, for years I would tell my mom, then we need a business plan office. We got one. He shook things up. People hated him. Good. He was doing his job.
Yeah.
It's one thing I was always told. If you hate you, you're doing a good job.
Yep. If you're being prosecuted, you're doing a good job. So.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Tracy. Thank
you,
you so
hon.
much for doing this interview with me today. And it was really a delight talking to you and getting a perspective of what you had to deal with while you were going through this. And I'm so grateful that you're into housing now, and I hope that you can keep it together, keep your head up, and that's the main thing. Keep your head up and just enjoy life now.
The blessing was meeting you and coming as good friends as we are. I'd like to say I really believe God will give my life to hold
I
it
think
back.
so too.
To
I
hold
think
it
so
back.
too. I think so.
And-
The Son of Man, Jesus, put me in your life.
Your
so-
life, God. And I just said that if I go and take that HIV, it would be because God through you.
Well, that's awesome. That's good. That's good. I hope you figured out you're on your own, so I got faith in you. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no. I'm sorry.
he broke me.
I got too hard of hugs. So.